Hello guys, I have a very fun but hard list today. It's it's top 10 TV shows. Now, there are a lot of shows on my list that could have made it. My list could go either way. Number 1 on my list could be number 2, number 2 could be number 5, number 6 could be 3. So, it just, as of right now, my feelings for the show, again, it could change, but right now, here are my top 10. Number 10 on my list of all-time TV shows, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, featuring Will Smith. Growing up, the show was one of my favorite shows of all time. Will always bashing Carlton, Uncle Phil jokes, just an all-around good show just to watch as a kid. Even now, if it's on TV, I'll watch it. I have all the seasons on DVD. I'll watch them every once in a while. Just a great show. Again, one of my favorites of all time. So number 10 on the list just because it's not really relevant anymore. Number 9 on my list is The Simpsons. I've been watching this show for as long as I can remember. Every Sunday before DVR came out, having to, at 8 o'clock or whatever, go on the sofa and watch the new episode of Simpsons. As of right now, though, I haven't really kept up with them just because they've really run out of material. This show has just really gone downhill in my opinion. I could go on and on about The Simpsons, but number 9, The Simpsons. Number 8 on my list is also an animated show on Fox, Family Guy. A lot of people might find it a little harsh humor, a little crossing the line. But that's the kind of humor I really like, of just making jokes about anything, because again, they are just jokes. So if you can't enjoy the humor of Family Guy, then get a sense of humor, because it's a joke, people. It's only higher than The Simpsons is just because, as of right now, Family Guy episodes are still funny in my opinion, and The Simpsons are not. Now number 7 on my list, I have just relatively recently started watching. I still have a whole season to catch up on because it's not on Netflix yet, but the show is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The only reason I just relatively started watching it is because the name didn't do anything for me, even though I love Philadelphia. But then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch it on Netflix, and then it was a marathon from there. I just fell in love with all the characters, all the funny stuff they got into. I do like that it takes place in Philadelphia because they do make jokes. Not make jokes, but they've had episodes based on the Phillies, Eagles, and Flyers. So I do enjoy that. Number 6 on my list is the show that I also have watched from beginning to end on Netflix. It is Prison Break. I started watching Prison Break after I watched Escape from Alcatraz on Netflix. And Netflix recommended that I watch Prison Break. So I was like, I'll give it a go. And let me tell you, poof, addicted again. It's a story about a guy who goes to jail on purpose, or goes to prison on purpose, because his brother is on death row, and the brother is going to try to escape his brother out of jail. I'm not gonna spoil it for you just in case you haven't seen it, and if you want to check it out, and you have Netflix, or any other means of watching it, you can probably find it somewhere free on the internet. Considering it's about a guy escaping his brother out of prison, they do a really good job to expand it for 4 seasons and make a whole series out of it. I'm pretty sure it got let off the air, so in my opinion the ending was kind of iffy, but besides that, really good show. Go watch it. Number 5 on my list is Flashpoint. Now, I don't know if many people in the United States have heard of it before Netflix. I know I had never heard of it before Netflix because it started off in Canada, but the show follows a Canadian SRU unit, Strategic Response Unit, basically a SWAT unit. But considering I wanted to be a SWAT officer for a long time now, I just found this show so intriguing. Like a show based on what I wanted to do. I've seen like other police shows before, and SWAT movies and stuff. I really enjoyed the fact that there's a show based on like a SWAT unit and seeing the stuff they go through. I did catch on quick enough that I couldn't watch season 5 on Netflix. I had to watch it on YouTube. So again, if you don't have Netflix, you can I think you can watch every episode on YouTube. It's called Flashpoint. Go watch it immediately if you like police shows. Number 4 on my list is The Office. I started watching it probably like most people, not relatively late, but it didn't start from the beginning just because the show just didn't have a lot of fan base from the beginning. But I did finally start watching it, and let me tell you, my favorite comedy show of all time. You just fall in love with all the characters in The Office. Every character is unique, and they're all relatable. You can relate to pretty much every character at some point or another. Obviously, every Office fan was sad to see Steve Carell leave, and that's really when the show started to decline. Now, the last episodes of season 9 were really good, but from like season 7 to whatever, whenever Steve Carell left, did go downhill. But it was really sad just to see the show end. I did go with some family members of mine to the Office wrap party in Scranton, and that was a really fun, cool experience. Almost all the cast was there. Steve Carell made a special guest appearance. It was just awesome. Who wouldn't want to work in an office like that? Let me just end with that. Who wouldn't want to work in an office like Dunder Mifflin? Number 3 on my list, The Walking Dead. I was really skeptical at first when I clicked episode 1 on Netflix. I was like, a show about zombies. I wasn't really into zombies before, but let me tell you, boom, I was hooked right off the bat. I just fell in love. I was like, wow, zombies, zombies, zombies. Oh, I was all about zombies, or as they call them, walkers. It makes me kind of want the apocalypse to happen, just because it kind of looks fun. Obviously, I know when I'm in that situation, then I'm going to be like, I don't want this anymore. But as of right now, I think it would be awesome. Number 2 on my list is Lost. Lost was really the first show that I just fell really in love with. Just really fall in love with the characters themselves. Like, you just want to know what's going to happen to them. If you don't know what it's about, where have you been for the last 10 years? But it's just about a show that we're actually kind of experiencing right now with I forget where it's from, but the plane that everybody's talking about that disappeared. That's what Lost is all about. It's about the plane that just vanished out of nowhere and lands on a deserted island. Not deserted, but an unknown island with smoke monsters and polar bears and other people on it called Others. It would be kind of cool to go on a plane and have that happen to you. Just go on an island and be like, wow, all this stuff is crazy. Again, I know once I'm in that situation, I'd be like, I don't want to be here. But Lost just makes you want to go on a deserted island and see what happens. Speaking of deserted islands and unknown islands and living on an island, my number 1 show is Survivor. I started watching when the Survivor season, I don't remember what season, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around then, when they went to China, for a couple reasons. They had a famous WWE wrestler that I liked at the time, Ashley. She was on it, and my sister's from China, so I was like, those two, you know what, I'm gonna watch this show, give it a go, and boom, I fell in love with it. I watched every season since. I've gone and bought DVDs from past seasons. I'm constantly thinking of Survivor, really. I'm thinking of strategies of what I would do when I watch the show. I just watch it and take notes mentally, and I would love to be on the show. I'm in love with it. It's one of the only reality TV shows that I can actually stand to watch. Don't take the list too seriously. Don't hold me to any of the rankings, because at any moment, The Office could be my favorite show. The Walking Dead, when it's actually on air, it could be my favorite show. If Lost was still going, it could be my favorite show. So anyway, that's my top 10 list. Hopefully at some point, you will see me on Survivor. But until then, see you later.